step forward and hit Welker with an absolutely critical pass.
This is the deepest penetration by Miami today. Ronnie Brown in the backfield, 1st and 10. It goes off the ground. He drops the ball and collides with Ryan Neese. Neese can stick you pretty good. He's got good genes, too. His dad is Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott.
It's hereditary.
Yes.
I was very lucky to play with Ronnie, and at a time where I think 3 of the most pure Hall of Fame defensive players played. Lawrence Taylor, Michael Singletary, and Ronnie Lott.
They take out the extra defensive back, does Tampa Bay, so their base 43 defense, 2nd down and 10. Williams and Brown in the backfield. It's Ricky Williams. And he was slowed up by Rondé Barber. It's a loss of 2. They'll mark him at the 16.
You know, when you play a normal defense, cornerbacks rarely come into play between the numbers. They're always out on the outside. You know, them and the wide receivers are running around outside. But Rondé Barber and Brian Kelly from Monty Kiffin's defense are constantly in the mix, constantly inside. I mean, they're, for all intents and purposes, they're just small linebackers.
Now Bolden has come back in, so they do have 5 in the secondary. 3rd and 11. Morris in the backfield. Welker's the 3rd receiver. Farrat caught by McMichael. 2nd catch today. Drives into Jerron Bolden and bowls him over near the 6-yard line. Bolden slow to get up. It's a gain of 9 on 3rd and 11, so about 1.5 yards, 2 yards to go for the 1st.
The key to this drive to me is getting McMichael back involved. You're facing a defense with nickel backs in like Bolden, 2 replacement safeties in. You've got to use this kind of a weapon because Randy McMichael is just different. He's like the Todd Heaps and the Tony Gonzalez's. They don't make this model very often.
Injury timeout with 11:17 in the 4th.
Ford product engineers work hard. Anybody can see that. Since they need to be with the cars, we took out their desk phones and extended their workplace with Sprint Business. It's helping us shorten the time from concept to showroom, and it's easy to reach them. Dan?
Dan's gonna have to call you back.
By saying yes to working from anywhere, we're building more new products faster.
With Sprint Business, you can make just about any place a workplace. Yes, you can.
NyQuil. It'll relieve your symptoms and you'll sleep great.
I will.
You'll sleep like a baby or a lamb. You'll sleep like a little kitty cat. Like a log. You'll sleep like a log. Yeah, you'll sleep like
Like I would if I didn't have a roommate.
Like...
NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, best sleep you ever got with a cold medicine.
Do something that makes sense. 99 cents to be exact. Like Wendy's 99-cent Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe. Hot off the grill with your choice of fresh toppings. So use some common sense. Do Wendy's. And for just 99 cents, do what tastes right.
By Batman Begins, Tuesday on DVD.
Master Wayne, it's been a long time.
What is that?
Batman Begins. Buy it Tuesday on DVD.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Sprint, the official telecommunications service sponsor of the NFL. Wendy's, do great taste at a low price. Do Wendy's, do what tastes right. And by Under Armour Performance Apparel. We must protect this house.
Injury timeout. The new guy taking the place in the secondary, Torrey Cox in place of Bolden. 5 back there, 4th and 1. 10th play of the drive.
Direct snap to Ricky Williams.
How about that? He takes it right into the grass with Spires. He's got a 1st down as he pierced, it appeared, the 4. Now they changed the direction.
From the spot, Kevin, it's going to be a 1st down, but it's going to be
close.
Not by much.
No, very, very close.
But a direct snap from McKinney to Williams. So, you remember the old Where's Waldo? Finding out where, okay, I got one for you. Where's the quarterback? Well, the thing is, there wasn't one.
Spires made the stop, but I think the progress gets him the 1st down. And Miami will have it 1st and goal to go And oh my gosh, oh my Lord.
That's a terrible spot.
That's a horrible spot. Because if you go on the sideline, that thing was before the actual 4-yard line. And then it looked like his progress took him inside the 4.
He's past the 4. He's inside the 4 there before they push him back.
So they don't get it. Great defense by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They hold on. Williams can't get it on 4th and about a foot. And it squanders a 10-play drive. It saw some big plays getting down deep in Miami, rather in Tampa territory.
Nick Saban has challenged that last spot and whole process.
So the challenge comes at 10:55 of the 4th quarter.
Today, Best Buy gives you the power to control KG with one finger. Watch.
The games, the stuff, it all comes together right here. Best Buy, thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
Protect this house.
You beat the big guys every year. You know they can't touch you. They know they can't touch you. How does the team stay motivated?
If you don't get motivated when you put on the armor, then you ain't got a pulse, man.
4th down, the ball sits at the Under Armour 10-yard line. Goliath down to its last shot.
We must protect this house.
The new, intimidating Mitsubishi Raider. Available 230-horse V8 and the most towing capacity in its class. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
Tomorrow, one man will achieve his greatest wish.
My dream is to have a decent quality of life. Your dream is to be a sandwich.
Yeah. A new king of Queens.
Ben Ted's on a search for the perfect wife. You have no idea what I'm saying, do you?
Is tonight the night?
I'm wetting my pants!
A new How I Met Your Mother after the King of Queens. CBS tomorrow.
See the arrow there? That's about where you need to get to absolutely have a first down. You can see the marker on the far side of the field right there. Now watch the ball, and Ricky Williams right there. He stopped going forward. But when he stopped going forward, that was a good ball and a half or so over the 4-yard line, or inside the 4-yard line. It's Ryan Neese making the hit.
Forward progress was the spot where the ball is placed on the field now. The ruling on the field stands as called. Miami is charged with their first timeout. It is Tampa Bay's ball. First down.
So it's on the 4-yard line, and Tampa Bay will start it first down and 10. Miami has got 2 timeouts. Tampa Bay has 1.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I disagree with that. I think he had that first down.
Chris Sims taking the place of the injured Brian Greasy. Ernest Graham. He is tackled on the play by Crowder, the linebacker. It's a gain of 3 to the 7-yard line.
And now in this situation, it's pretty simple. You're going to see the same kind of attack from especially those inside guys going against John Gruden's offense. Zach Thomas and Channing Crowder are going to blitz inside. Whether it's crisscrossing or right into those A gaps, they're going to just try to blow up the run, trying to cause a turnover here and then get themselves a cheap score.
2 tight ends for Chris Sims. 2nd down and 7. From the 7. Graham hit by Zach Thomas. Is there a fumble on the play? There seems to be. And Miami says they've got it. But the ball was blown dead and down. Well, now he's going to talk with people. Miami thinks they've got the ball.
Well, it looked like Zach Thomas had that ball coming out of there before Pittman hits the ground. I mean, Zach Thomas puts his head right on the ball, and that ball's coming out of there before Pittman gets to the ground.
I think it's a fumble, and Miami's got it.
The ball came loose. The runner was not ruled down by contact. First down.
That is a fumble by Graham, who carried the ball.
Now Zach Thomas will come from the left side of the screen, 54 right there. Bang. Okay. He is tackling Pittman there. Okay. As they go to the ground, that ball's gone. It is out before Pittman gets to the ground. The whole process of hitting him like that, dragging and pulling him down, that ball comes loose.
And Crowder comes up with the loose ball, the rookie from Florida.
And Graham has the ball knocked out by the helmet, actually, of Zach Thomas, is what eventually causes that turnover.
So look at this. There goes a flag, and Gruden now is throwing the challenge flag out there. And that was a good toss, too. That came almost as far as the hash marks.
That was good.
Very good toss.
So I'd check his weight in that flag.
Well, he was a former quarterback at Dayton.
I don't care.
Tampa Bay is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was not down by contact.
Ed Hockley is going to have trouble with his vision being this close to the screen this many times. It's not good for your eyes. Because that's what my parents said growing up. Don't sit so close. You're going to ruin your eyes.
Right.
But the question is he down by contact? That ball is coming out because I can see the ball loose before Graham hits the ground. I think this is going to be relatively easy. Well, not easy, but there won't be anything on that replay that'll just scream to Ed Hockley that he has to overturn the original ruling on the field, which was that he was not down by contact and that was a fumble. Exactly what we were talking about. The job of these inside linebackers is to attack this run inside, get in there and rip this ball out of there. Graham, the fullback, the running back out of Florida, see Zach Thomas right there. That ball's moving.
Crowder's got it right now.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. No,
see it squirt out there?
Yes.
It was before he was down on the ground. That ball's squirting out.
See, Crowder's got it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he actually has the ball, it would appear, before he really knew he had the ball. The people that reacted about the ball being on the ground were the Tampa Bay players.
Well, I think it says a lot, too, about Miami. They're down by a substantial margin right now, yet not giving up and still clawing their way at the ball.
It's the kind of defense it is. You know, yes. Zach Thomas making this hit, jarring this ball loose. It's gone. Crowder, it's sitting there between his legs. Oh, okay. Let me pick this up. Remember the whole idea behind these replays. If a ruling is made and it is challenged, there has to be indisputable evidence for them to overturn it. This is the most challenges I've seen in this short, compressed period of time.
It is.
The ruling on the field stands as called. Tampa Bay is charged with their third and final timeout. It's Miami's ball, first down.
Miami has 2 timeouts, and the Buccaneers, as you just heard Ed Hockley say, has none. So that was upheld, and at the 8-yard line, Miami's got it. First down and goal.
Well, thanks to their defense, it's like that first down, that fourth down run by Ricky Williams on the direct snap never happened.
Ronnie Brown is in there as a running back. Heath Evans is back there with him. There are 2 tight ends at the top of your screen. Ronnie Brown slithers his way in for a touchdown. And Miami cashes in on the Tampa Bay fumble.
Say, you talked about the guys on this side. Check these guys out right here. The onside blockers. Nice double team coming off on Derek Brooks. That's textbook. Hudson Houck, their offensive line coach, is going to love looking at that on tape. That is exactly the kind of blocking play they needed at exactly the perfect time.
Extra point by Olindo Mare is in, and Tampa Bay's lead is now cut 27 to 13 with 9:56 to play.
There's no money here.
There's no money?
No money.
Where is it?
Somewhere safe.
This is the safe.
Somewhere safer.
Safer? How?
Hardware encryption, smart cards, you know, digital security.
Who are you?
I'm from the help desk. Who are you?
Cleaning crew? This place is a mess.
Everybody's heart is normally supposed to be the same size, but you can't measure what's in the heart that drives a person to be successful.
In our first football game that we played his sophomore year, he ran for 6 touchdowns.
And they said, well, did you see this in high school? I said, yes, I did, and we all did. He had put in his mind that he wasn't going to let anybody stop him, tell him what he couldn't do. He was going to show him what he could do.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Introducing Taco Bell's new Steak or Chicken Nachos Bel Grande. Grilled authentic carne asada steak or marinated all-white meat chicken give Nachos Bel Grande that great flavor of the grill. For great grilled taste, think outside the bun.
CBS Thursday.
Did you see the amount of blood in that house? Somebody's dead.
You're acting like you're going to rescue a person, not recover a body.
Where is she? New CSI. Then.
There's a real possibility that I screwed up. I've been rotting for 7 years because of you. Where were you the night she disappeared? You already got the guy, right?
New Without a Trace. CBS Thursday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM. Become an on-demand business. IBM can help. And by NikeGridiron.com.
Well, after Miami just got that touchdown on a Tampa fumble run by Ronnie Brown 8 yards away, Tampa Bay is expecting an onside kick, which they don't get. Mare will kick this in and out of the end zone, and that is where Galloway will leave it. Joey Galloway is back there. To the 20-yard line. Tonight on CBS, Bill Romanowski was known for his toughness, so why is one of football's most vicious men crying? You'll find out tonight on 60 Minutes. Followed by a new episode of Cold Case, then Chuck Norris returns as Walker, Texas Ranger. It's a world premiere movie, and it comes your way tonight on CBS, America's most watched network.
Well, Bill Romanowski's interview was on NFL Today, a little piece of it at least, and if that's anything like the rest of it, he's a complete phony. He's just there pimping a book.
20-yard line, Graham in the backfield. He's the guy that just fumbled the ball, 1st and 10. Brought down by Kevin Carter at about the 22 with the gain of 2.
Now this is a huge series for the Miami defense. You've got to stuff them here. Stuff them, get a hold of this offense, contain them, and get the ball back for your offense. You know, you've got 9 minutes to go in this game, and you're down by 14 points. That is not out of the question. That is not that difficult.
2nd down and 8 from the 22. Ernest Graham again finds a hole and creeps right through it. Has a 1st down to the 31. Brought down on the play in the secondary by Tabucky Jones. It's a gain of 9.
And when you say that, then the Tampa Bay offensive line promptly blasts a nice hole over that left side with Anthony Davis and Dan Benning, and Graham, the running back who fumbled the ball, does a nice job. He also had Mike Allstott with a nice lead block. You see, today's been a good day for running the ball. Pittman here, only 13 rushes for that 125.
Jameel Cook is now the fullback in the backfield with Graham. It is a first down from the 31-yard line for Chris Sims, taking the place of the injured Brian Griese. Graham outside, wheeling his way to the 38, hit by Sam Madison and by Channing Crowder. It's a gain of 7, and the ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Coming next, Tom Brady and the champion Patriots take on Jake Plummer and the Broncos. The Jets will take on the Bills, or you'll see San Diego and Oakland. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. In this game, Brian Griese, a touchdown pass. Pittman with a 57-yard touchdown run. Will Allen with a fumble recovery, touchdown, and field goals both ways. Second down, 3 from the 38.
Say that New England-Denver game coming up is going to be a heck of a game at Denver.
And Graham, nice hit by Zach Thomas, slowed him down, then finally Holiday got in there on that 2nd and 3 and allows no gain to the 37. Again, no word on Brian Griese, who was knocked out of the game, knee injury, MRI at a local hospital, and when we get word, we will pass it on to you.
Well, he has some damage. Just a matter when they do this MRI exactly how much damage they'll have, but I think a lot of people learned about conjecture about knee injuries this last Monday night when Ben Roethlisberger was hit like that, and everybody thought he blew his knee up, and it turns out he wasn't that hurt.
6 in the secondary, including Bell and Howard. Third down and 3 from the 38. Pittman is in the backfield. Hilliard is the third receiver. Pittman is stopped. Well, you said that Miami needed a good defensive stand. They got it, and Kevin Carter did a great job of shutting the door. And now with that tackle by Carter, Tampa Bay has to punt, and plenty of time as we're approaching 6.5 to play in the fourth.
Absolutely, and that's gap responsibility. That defense didn't break down. They stayed with the responsibility. They didn't try to make an unusual play, and they're going to give the offense the ball back. I mean, Wes Welker's going to catch us on about the 20 unless Bidwell really lets one loose.
Bidwell has had a terrific day punting.
Picked a bad time to kick a bad one.
Dave Moore with the snap. Bidwell gets it away. Pretty good hang time, and from the 14-yard line, this is Wes Welker, and that hang time of 4-2 was enough to get those guys down there to make the stop, and the grab was made by Cooper and Neese. It's a 48-yard punt. It's a 3-yard return, and Miami will start at their 18-yard line.
This is what Miami's trying to overcome. The block on the back by Head not there. They called back the reverse touchdown by Chambers. The overthrow to Chambers. The drop here by Booker. The sack that resulted in a fumble and a return for a touchdown for Tampa Bay. It's been a comedy of errors, but Miami is not out of this game. With 6 minutes left, anything can still happen. 5
in the secondary. Brown at the side of Ferrant. It is 1st and 10. Pass caught by Wes Welker, who's got room to roam, and down the sideline, and
he's out
of bounds.
And a flag on the play, too.
Flag is at the 48. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 34. It was hard to see where he actually stepped out of play, but it looks like it's going to go against the Miami Dolphins.
There was a block downfield by one of his fellow receivers. It's a matter of if it was a legal block, if it was a hold inside.
Holding, offense, the 10-yard penalty enforced from the spot of the foul. The play still results in a first down.
Well, Ed Hockley, our referee, they didn't identify who on the holding, but Chris Chambers, number 84, is the other receiver down the field. And he's working right here, okay? Check him out. Watch the bodies turn. The suspicious movement is when they turn. See, they turn away, and suddenly he can't run.
It is a first down at the 42. Welker remains the slot wide receiver, and they're going to stop the play. As you can see, Hockley and crew with one final discussion. There is a new nickelback in the game. That is Torrey Cox taking the place of the injured Jerron Bolden. So Cox is in. He is a Miami, Florida native, went to Northwestern High School.
I think that was a kind of a ticky-tack call, but I believe that little conference there was over the clock.
Brown is in the backfield, 1st and 10. Farrant throws to Brown, who is upended by Shelton Quarles out of Vanderbilt. 6-yard gain to the 49.
There's 5:40 left. Do not panic. Do not do anything you will regret come this evening. Stay steady, keep your heartbeat down, and learn to move quickly, but don't hurry. 2 timeouts left.
David Boston is in, 2nd down and 4. Sammy Morris is in, fumble on the play. Tampa Bay recovered, and they have at the 40-yard line.
Kevin Simeon Rice coming around that right defensive side.
And recovered, I think, by Anthony McFarland, with Rice, as you call it, knocking it away.
The classic right-hand strip of the quarterback, popularized by Lawrence Taylor of the New York Giants back in the 80s. Out of that track starter stance, McIntosh just can't even breathe on him. He might not have been able to identify him. Put him in a lineup, he wouldn't know who he just missed.
That is the second half turnover, second fumble by the Miami Dolphins in this second half.
Look at that quick, soft shoulder by Simeon Rice coming right through and right around. That is nothing but pure speed at its finest.
Graham is in the backfield with a couple tight ends for Chris Sims from the 41st and 10. Ernest Graham. Brought down by Zach Thomas. It's a gain of 2, and he corkscrews his way to the 38-yard line.
We've seen several players for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Greasy among others, come out of the game with some sort of ding and injury. You can see now coming up next weekend how handy that bye is going to be. Then they have San Francisco, which is West Coast for bye. And then you've got some of the rest of the NFC people on their schedule. So they've got a couple weeks for guys to get healthy.
2nd down and 9 from the 39-yard line. Jason Taylor will be up, so it's a 34 defense. 2nd down and 9. End around pitch out to Michael Clayton out of LSU, and belted out of play by Crowder. At about the line of scrimmage, the clock at 4:27. It's a 2-yard gain. Miami with 2 timeouts. The Buccaneers have none.
You know, this young receiver at LSU, Michael Clayton, made such an impact as a rookie. And I think everyone expected him to keep making that kind of impact. He had off-season knee surgery. He didn't get. He got a late start. But their offense changed. When Carnell Williams came in here, it wasn't a let's rely on our receivers offense. It became a let's rely on our running backs offense. And Michael Pittman has taken that rely on the running back thing pretty well today, rushing for over 100 yards.
6 in the Miami secondary. Hilliard is the 3rd receiver. It's 3rd down and 7. They need the 30-yard line. Here comes the rush. Holiday is chasing him. Jeremiah Bell is chasing him, and down goes Sims near midfield, a loss of 13 yards. They spot the ball at the 49-yard line. And the clock is at 4:20 and stopped. And a punt coming up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A timeout taken by the Miami Dolphins. They are left with 1.
I believe the popular term is a jailbreak when you get that type of protection or lack thereof from your offensive line. You know, quarterbacks read offenses or defenses. They're not supposed to read face masks. And the first thing Chris Sims saw were a couple of unfriendly face masks coming for him. Not much a quarterback can do here, except, you know, I guess you would say, you know, try to throw it away, but heck, you're being converged on so quickly. I'm not sure if you try to throw it away, you just don't end up hurting yourself.
Boy, they had great field position, too, after getting that Farrant fumble. They were at the Miami 40 with a chance to run out the clock. And here they go. They've got a punt. Welker is back at the 10. We told you we set all kinds of NCAA punt return records while at Texas Tech. Bidwell to punt.
Miami's defense is doing their job. They're getting the offense the ball back.
And they're going to stop that play with the
false start. Number 58, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
That is the first special teams penalty of the game, which is kind of surprising. Punt returns and kickoff returns. And the Bucs are penalized all the time on special teams. An NFL high 15 times. Low snap by Moore, picked up by Bidwell. Here comes Welker, fair caught 15-yard line.
Roughing the kicker.
Flag
Roughing the
down
kicker.
At the 35, 41-yard punt.
It's going to be on Reggie Howard, I think. Just ran into the extended foot. Now, is it running into or roughing? Remember the differentiation?
Yes.
One's 5.
There is a difference.
Running into the kicker, a 5-yard penalty only. It's declined. Defense number 25.
Just a matter of control. I'm not sure if this was what you would call a real impact play. See, Bidwell, the ball is clearly off. Oh, that wouldn't even... I mean, we're not talking Oscar. We're not talking Emmy. What are the commercials for the animals? That's not even one of those. I mean, the award shows. That's not even one of those.
Well, let's get inside now. This Miami huddle from the 16, 1st and 10. Welker is the third receiver in the slot. Morris at the side of Farrat. And Gus throws incomplete to McMichael, who is devoured by Derek Brooks, incomplete. 4:08 to play. Timeouts. Miami 1. Tampa Bay is out of timeouts.
Well, this is the equivalent in baseball. It's you have an 0-2 count against you, and they bring in Roger Clemens in the 17th inning. You know, you're going to see nothing but fastballs from Tampa Bay's defense. They're going to rush 4 people, their best 4 rushers, and they're going to drop the rest of them and try to cause a turnover.
2nd down and 10 for Farrat. Chased on the play by Ellis Wims and then pushed out of bounds by Brooks. At the 13-yard line, it is a scramble. They're going to call that a sack. He was just in back of the line. So they push him back with a loss of 3 to the 13.
All 3 of those games. I tell you that one of all those 3, I mean, obviously New England, Denver is going to be good. Jets at Buffalo at a divisional game. You watch when it's all said and done, that San Diego-Oakland game. The old AFC West might sort of rear its head there.
Cox is the 5th defensive back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wes Welker is the 3rd receiver. 3rd and 13. They need the 26. Oh, and he's sacked again. This time it's White, and the flag is down. That is the 4th sack. This one is back at about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Holding offense number 66. The penalty is declined. Brings up 4th down.
Rex Head not called again at right guard. They got a punt.
But just an excellent job by White coming off that end. It was another air ball. Before, it was a case of too much speed by Simeon Rice, but White gave him a double move, Stalker McDougal, and Stalker McDougal did a little no-hitter. Never even got a hand on it.
Donnie Jones to punt. Came off the practice squad. Mark Jones. Fair caught, 42-yard line. 51-yard punt. Well, CBS is #1 for the 4th year in a row. Catch the new hit comedies and dramas and all your favorites that make CBS America's most watched network.
And we talked earlier about, you know, that poll about the best team in the NFC. Well, this is my top 5, and all 5 are in the AFC. And I know people want to kind of poo-poo this team right here, the New England Patriots, but I will warn you about throwing dirt on those guys. That's a pretty good team. The Philadelphia Eagles are the 6th best team in the NFL, but the top 5 are in the AFC.
On the 42, it's 1st and 10. And 2 tight ends for Chris Sims, taking the place of the injured Brian Greasy. Tabucky Jones is all over Pittman, who works for 2 to the 44. Well, the Giants and Cowboys are in overtime. Pittsburgh and Jacksonville are in overtime. What a great week 6 of the NFL.
What a great turnaround year for the New York Giants. That offense. I love what Eli Manning and them are doing.
Miami Dolphins will host Kansas City next week at Pro Player Stadium. Nick
Saban, just the latest of a list of guys, you know, and he's Tell you one thing all these guys have in common is cash. They weren't successful, but they got rich. But Nick Saban, I think, is going to have some success here at this level. He's going to be an exception from that recent trend because he is at heart a professional coach. He ran his LSU program and his Michigan State program like a professional football team.
Both teams are out of timeouts. The ball is officially at the 44. Graham is back in the game in the backfield. Clayton and Galloway are the receivers, and this is Ernest Graham. Crowder makes the stop as he dives. Graham does to the 46 on a gain of 2 yards. And now they get a first down with this 3rd and about 5 or 6 coming up, and they can take it to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, a first down here will effectively end this football game for all intents and purposes.
The play clock right now is 15 seconds. The big clock at 3:06, and it continues to tick. 3rd down, 6. They've got to get to the 48. Here's Graham. Jeff Skinning, a 35-year-old defensive lineman, a journeyman, makes the tackle. So Tampa Bay does not get the first. They've got a punt. The clock continues to tick, and neither team can stop it with a timeout. Josh Bidwell again.
And only one wants to.
Josh Bidwell. The Miami Dolphins have not blocked any kind of kick in over 3 years. This would be a nice time for that to happen. Pat McGrath, our statistician, feeds us that bit of information, and we'll see what happens on this one.
Well, they haven't faced a hotter punter than Josh Bidwell in a while. This guy came into this game averaging 47.7 yards a kick, and he hasn't done anything to hurt his average so far.
Both clocks are incorrect. The game clock should read 2:43. The play clock should read 40.
That's a pretty significant difference. They're at 2:19 on the play clock right now. So
both clocks will start on my whistle.
Either the clock operator was out to eat, or he can't count.
Well, is this just this year we've had problems with clocks and play clocks and stuff in the NFL, or did people just start noticing it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. There's Wes Welker, and he awaits the kick from Josh Bidwell.
Who's in no hurry to kick it.
No, great story about Bidwell. We'll see if we can squeeze this one in here. When he was at Green Bay, he was a rookie. He was diagnosed with testicular cancer. But because he was a rookie and it was the preseason, he was not covered by NFL insurance. So the Packer players, to a player, contributed over $100,000 to pay for the cost of the treatment. Well, he beat cancer, went on to punt for Green Bay for 4 years, and here he is in his 6th season in the NFL, and a kid who appreciates every day he is alive and well. But a great story from Green Bay, a former division rival of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now the game clock is not moving, but the play clock is. And here is his punt. Welker lets it bounce inside the 10. Took a bad bounce on him and rolls to the 5.
That's a good bounce if you're Josh Bidwell.
If you're Josh Bidwell, it's a great bounce. A 53-yard punt. We're at the 2-minute warning with 1:49 to play.
They're right behind me.
I see him.
Go south.
Head for the roof.
That way. I sent the package overnight.
Should be there by 8:30.
Should be there? Trust me, he'll be there.
The most trusted color on Earth. UPS. What can brown do for you?
Have a good day. See you tonight.
Okay.
Introducing the all-new Suzuki Grand Vitara. You want more out of life? We're giving you the green light. Go!
How'd you learn to pour like that? It was nothing.
Put on side, no good. Put on center, the release combination and aroma. Again! Again! Again!
Pour down center. A girls' only weekend leaves one pool boy dead.
I think he was killed somewhere else and dumped here.
3 CSIs have 3 different conclusions.
She killed Armando Diaz with a dowel rod.
Not according to my evidence. You're both wrong.
Can we not do this in front of the suspects?
I know how they did it.
How was the first step, Dave?
New CSI Miami, CBS tomorrow.
All right, with the 2-minute warning, which is 1:49 to play. Both teams are out of timeouts. Miami's got it 1st and 10 at their 5. Chris Sims taking the place of Brian Greasy, who got injured. Greasy had a touchdown pass to Galloway. We've had a fumble return for a touchdown by Bill Allen, a Pittman touchdown run of 57 yards. And that's coming up next on CBS. Welker is the 3rd receiver. Torrey Cox is the 5th defensive back, and 1st and 10 from the 5. Morris is in the backfield with Farrat. He dumps it off to the aforementioned Sammy Morris, who played at Texas Tech, Buffalo Bill for about 3 years, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line on the play by Shelton Quarles, gain of 15. Okay, Shelton Quarles now comes off, and Rude comes in the game as a flag has been thrown. Quarles was injured. He was just trying to get off the field.
12 men in the field, defense, illegal substitution, 5-yard penalty.
Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Kevin, this is how it ended in Pittsburgh. Tied at 17 in overtime. Tommy Maddox throws this side, picked off by Rasheed Mathis, 41 yards to the end zone. That's the game winner. Jacksonville 23, the Steelers 17.
Jacksonville is 4-2. They've now won 7 of their last 11 games on the road. Here's a 1st and 5 for Farrat, and incomplete. He had Morris all twisted and contorted at the 30-yard line. How about that win for Jacksonville, who won in New York against the Jets on a last-second touchdown pass to Jimmy Smith earlier, and that's what the South looks like now.
Indy's got that Monday night game.
Yes, they do.
Jack Del Rio and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nice job in Pittsburgh against a beat-up Steeler team.
Here is a 2nd down and 5 from the 20-yard line, 25-yard line.
This is about a 2-hour and 50-minute game with about a half hour of officials.
Farrat throws, caught by Brian Gilmore, drilled by Cox. He's shy of the 1st down, picking up 4 and out of bounds at the 28-yard line, 29 officially. Brian Gilmore, former Arizona Cardinal. Tampa with the win will now go to 5-1. 3rd down and a yard from the 29. Farrat to McMichael, who is grabbed by Rude. Brought down, he's got a 1st down. McMichael picks up 3 yards on the play, and he's hurt. He's hobbled at the 32-yard line. They're going to bring in Lorenzo Diamond to take his place. And Gus spikes the ball. The executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Tony Petiti. Coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS, Lance Barrow. Today's game produced by Bob Monsbach and directed by Suzanne Smith, the senior producer of CBS Sports. And the NFL Today is Eric Mann. Director, Bob Matina. Coordinating producer, CBS Sports, Harold Bryant. 2nd down 10 from the 32. McMichael's back in. And here is Farrant throwing to Sammy Morris. And he runs out of bounds at the 35. Torrey Cox is the one trying to get the slippery Morris. Gain of 3. It'll be third down.
Remember, Jets in Buffalo, New England playing this afternoon, and Miami sinking into a little bit of a hole. But, you know, they knew that coming into this season. Ricky Williams was not much of a factor because the Tampa Bay Bucks took Ricky in this running game of Miami completely out of the ballgame.
Third down and 7 for Farrant. And going deep, and it's got Wes Welker, who got him back at Kelly. And then the tackle is made by Calvin Pearson, and the gain is to the 24 and a pickup of 41 yards. The clock continues to run. Both teams cannot stop it. They're out of timeouts.
Quick score and an onside kick, Kevin.
They put it down right there with the quick spike by Farrant. It'll be second down and 10.
Welker wide open, pretty much running around by himself in the backfield for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They managed to recover enough to shortchange it. I mean, this guy's made some nice plays today.
He has. The associate directors of today's game, Freddie Johnson, Fast Freddie Johnson, and Jonathan Siegel, broadcast associate, Kamani Morales, and the technical manager, Doug the Banker Fleeter. Second down and 10. And he's going deep, and he got caught up with Cox, and it was intended for Chris Chambers. And congratulations to one of our stats people here on the crew, Dave Tradner and his wife Jessica, the proud father and mom of a 6-pound, 3-inch baby girl, Brooke Abigail. What a pretty name. Chris Romanek was our technical director today, and Dave Grunvig was our audio supervisor.
How about Jason Taylor? As long as you're talking about kids, he's going to have a girl, his third.
It's Zoe, is it?
Zoe, yeah.
Zoe. 2 on the 20. Third down and 10 from the 24. This is thrown and knocked down beautifully in there by Calvin Pearson. He's undrafted out of Grambling. He's played in NFL Europe. He's come off of practice squads in Tampa and in Cleveland, and he was signed by the Buccaneers in January. 8 seconds remaining here. Good games on deck. New England and the Broncos. Bills hosting the Jets. Chargers and Raiders.
How about that Denver Bronco football team? We really saw the rebirth or the birth of the 2005 team. That second half of that San Diego game, that defense reared up, and it's been reared up since then.
4th and 10 from the 24 for Gus Farrant. Here comes Simeon Rice. And the pass by Farrant is almost intercepted. No time remaining. Tampa Bay has won. They've got the best record in the NFC at 5-1. The Dolphins lose their second straight. They're 2-3. Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Tampa. Final score 27-13 Buccaneers. Game 2 is coming up next. Patriots and Denver, Jets and Bills, or the Chargers and the Raiders. For Randy Cross and our entire crew, Kevin Harlan saying so long. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
No Venetian blinds. That's why Geico.com is so simple. Or is it because you can get help if you need it and get a free rate quote in minutes? 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Simple as that.
What can saving for college teach us about financial decisions?
Honey, can we fly this year?
Nope. College fund.
Hey, guess what? I got a bonus.
This is great.
College fund.
Yeah.
I got the scholarship.
Plan B.
Wherever you are financially, we're right there with you. Talk to a Wachovia advisor today.
If you've got broadband, you're ready to save. Visit Vonage.com/free offer or call 1-800-925-4VON. And for a limited time, get your first month free. Also available at these retailers.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Don't miss the show critics are calling a full-fledged hit. Catch a new Emmy-winning Amazing Race Tuesday.
The Ford F-150 Super Crew or the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Ford's making a lot of claims about their truck. Here are the facts. Toyota Tundra Double Cab has more standard horsepower, payload capacity, and towing ability than the F-150 Super Crew, all for about $3,000 less. The full-size Toyota Tundra. Why settle for less F-150 when you can get more Tundra?
Now with available cash back and the XSP Sport Package discount, get $5,000 in total savings. Toyota, moving forward.
When I look back on everything, I see 100 years of moments. 100 years of our incredible history. I was there when the first keg was tapped. I've seen the growth and optimism of a young country and all the great minds that give us reason to celebrate. I've been there for the glory, and I've been there for when it hurts most. I was there the day she said yes, and all the yeses after. These are the moments that matter. The ones we savor with the champagne of beers. Because that's when you shine. And when you shine, I shine. We go hand in hand, you and I. I'm the girl on the moon, and I want to tell you everything I know. Everything there is to savor. I'll see you soon.
I'd like to welcome those of you who saw Tampa defeat Miami today. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein in Denver, as the Patriots are about to start their second series of the game. Picked up a couple of first downs the first time they had it. Punted it down inside of the 5. Denver had it 3 and out. And now here we go with the Patriots' second possession. Amos Zaraway is in the backfield. Corey Dillon has not been in the early going, and the flag down is Deion Branch for a first at the 30. He escaped John Lynch.
Offside, 93, defense lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty declined. The play results in a first down.
Yeah, so Branch has his second catch here in the early going. That one called on Price.
Well, you know, you do not see that called too often. I was watching games, the 1 o'clock games, waiting for this one to start, and I see it constantly. Defensive linemen lining up in the neutral zone, and it's never called. So Trevor Price, he knows the standard's been set. You got to back up now.
First down, Patriots from the 30. Zaraway, who led the Raiders last year in rushing with only about 400 yards. That was the top back for the Raiders in